Good evening. Lots of clouds today, and this is a live picture, and still lots of clouds with us here in Charleston. They looked nasty, but what did they mean? They didn't produce much. A big zero across the board as far as rainfall. Somebody somewhere in the viewing area, though, might have seen one or two raindrops. We're currently looking at a live picture of radar, and we show some possibilities of precipitation, but because we do have dry conditions, I believe that most, if not all of this, is falling and then basically evaporating before it hits the ground. Overnight tonight, a low of 58 here in Charleston, partly cloudy conditions. The winds will be gusting at times during football this evening and even more so in the early morning hours. Now, Futurecast for tomorrow shows us there are some possibilities of precipitation to the east in particular, but again, we expect evaporation, and throughout the afternoon, we expect a dissipation of even the clouds. That means there will be some sunshine tomorrow for football. It'll really, I think, be a great afternoon for football into the evening hours. Let's take a look at your day-part temperatures for tomorrow. We have been predicting a high of maybe 76, and that'll be in the late afternoon. That is a warm-up for Charleston, so most of the area should undergo a slight warm-up. Temperatures, though, still may be a little bit below normal. Surely will be in the 70s by the noon hour, and for most of the rest of the day parts tomorrow into the evening then. Our weekend outlook, it will be a little bit warmer on Sunday, a high near 80 degrees. We're going to call it 79. And then Monday, the warm-up continues, partly sunny and 80 degrees. That's not a bad looking weekend, and there is this hint of fall in the air. Now, looking ahead a little bit, this is from the National Weather Service and NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They are predicting, and this scares me to see this, white and blue. It reminds me of winter being not too far away, but this is not snow and ice. These are just below normal temperatures, and that's the color code. And you see that here in Charleston and in east central Illinois, we are predicting, it is predicted that in particular the middle of next week, it will be cooler than usual. But September is an interesting month, and here's why. September is the fourth warmest month of the year, trailing only June, July, and August typically. It's warmer than the month of May. Last year, September was the warmest September of all time, and things did warm up toward the end of the month. We had 94 degrees on both September 20th and 21st in the afternoons, and that was certainly some interesting weather. Now here's your 7-day outlook, and again we do have an up and down of the temperatures, but if you look at our average extremes for this time of year, we normally are in the lower 80s. The overnight lows do not typically get into the 50s, but that is not the case for our next week. I will call next week an aberration. You will call it maybe a touch of early fall.